Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming and welcome back to Transport Fever. We're going to be jumping back into the campaign with the American campaign.
Around the world in 80 days is a thing of the past. It needs to be much faster these days if global trade is to flourish. The Transcontinental Railroad is all well and good, but it's far too inefficient for the constant growing needs and large quantities of goods in transit. But there is one project that promises to redress this, a ship canal that connects the oceans in the east and west. In this way, large amounts of cargo can be transported easily and conveniently. He who controls this canal controls global trade and thus the entire world.
All right. Anyway, this is the Panama Canal. There are 5 medals. There is the Pride of the Nation. Make the President proud in ensuring, the canal can be completed before 1924. We have Secure Funding. Make sure that you never miss an opportunity to spend money at your disposal. Your account balance should never grow to an 8-figure sum. I like that. Save the Golden Frog. Amaze the Doctor. Landslide. If you dig too quickly through the Culebra passage, you're risking a landslide. But it does demonstrate a great deal of motivation. Increase the maximum production at the quarry 4-fold. And fair distribution. Ensure there is no more than twice the amount of debris in one depression than the other one. I really like this mission. It allows you to really brute force the mission. Put as many trains as you can on the lines and just get the job done. And since we know here, secure funding, you cannot have more than $10 million in the bank account. Which means you make a ton of money. Anyway, let's get started.
The 20th century is young and the climate is tropical. The French project on the Chagres River is swamped with problems, as it were. Their coffers are empty and thousands of workers have fallen to a mysterious illness. This is the opportunity for our great nation. The construction of the canal requires great logistical skill. The debris that accumulates during the excavation of the canal needs to be removed. And the workers need to remain as healthy and well-fed as possible so that things proceed as quickly as possible. Let's help with the construction project of the century.
Alright, 5 medals can be earned. We know which those are. Let's start the mission.
First of all, the workers we've enticed here from the nearby islands require supplies. They need wood to build primitive accommodation and enough sustenance so that they don't just keel over. Some of them look quite sick.
Alright, so this is Panama. Sort of. I'm assuming this must be the Atlantic Ocean and this must be the Pacific Ocean. Or it's the other way around. Anyway, we have the quarry site here. Canal Dig Site, and as the mission progresses, as you dig the quarry, this will actually be dug out, so that's nice to show the progress. We have here a dam site here, and over here as well a dam site, and there is the dump here, dump north, and there is another dump site right here, dump site south, I think it is. Dump site. We have a couple towns, but it doesn't really matter. This is all about building the canal, getting the job done. Where is it? 1924. So we have 20 years to get this job done. That's not going to be a problem, but we have a few tasks to do before. Supply the central warehouse, which is right over here in Colon. So we need to supply this thing with logs as well as grain. I am going to be doing a little bit of prep. We need freight station, truck station. And we'll just dump that there. I really wish that this stayed open. We are going to want to, doesn't really matter. Actually, it doesn't really matter. You can put it out here. And now I'm going to want to, because I know what's going to be popping up, logs to here. And we are going to put it right here. We are going to want to have one up here near the logging area. Yep. And now we are also going to want to haul down to these couple sites. So I'm going to do that right now. And yep, that's good. There's another one over here. Yep, just make sure. And one more over here. Put that there. Alright, so I have that taken care of, that taken care of. We have that taken care of, that taken care of, and those. That should be all we need for trucks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a depot, or depot. And we are going to buy some road vehicles. Now we have the steam lorry, carries 6. It has a loading speed of 1.0. Top speed is 25 kilometers an hour versus the American horse cart at 20 kilometers an hour. So let's buy a bunch of these. We are going to set it to new line. Go from the grain factory to here, rather the farm. This is going to be RF grain. We're going to buy a couple more steam lorries and new line from here to here, because we only need logs. We don't actually need to bring planks here. It is just logs. And now actually, I'm going to buy a few more trucks for that one. This we're going to call RF logs. And we're going to get that started. Speed things up. And we'll just have to wait a little bit.
A highly respected doctor has found out why the workers are constantly falling ill. A plague of mosquitoes is to blame for the spread of the yellow fever that is decimating the people. We should drain the swamps in which the infected mosquitoes are breeding like crazy. Until the problem has been resolved, we will face increased costs as we constantly need to import new, inexperienced workers.
Alright, so I'm going to create a really long line. This might not make any sense, but we're going to go from here, over to here, down to here. We're going to have them come back to here, down to here, and then from here, over to here, over here.
The doctor has encountered a highly interesting species that no man has ever seen before, the Panamanian golden frog. There is a risk of rare animals becoming extinct soon if we flatten their habitats. The doctor thinks this would be highly regrettable. The more damage we cause to these areas, the faster the golden frog's chance of survival will fall. We can counteract this effect through reforestation.
Alright, so I'm going to name that RF Swamp. And so what I'm doing with that is they're going to grab logs from here, bring them down here, grab planks, bring them over here, go back here, and basically do that for each of these. And rather than having 3 separate lines basically doing that same thing, I'm just going to have all the trucks on one line just going back and forth between the 3. I found that to be the most efficient way to do this, although I have a feeling that this is going to cause some issues where planks will start loading up here and they won't drop them off, so they'll go back up here, they'll have some planks on them, they won't be able to pick up logs, and then they'll have to, about that. Anyway, try to spare the golden frog and spare their habitat. The habitats of the golden frog are marked in green on the map. So right here, we have one right here. We have another one right here and another one right here. And I think that is all the... Yep. And this is basically a tutorial on the tree gun, as some people call it. Let's go into assets and we are going to throw down some trees. Over here, there's the chance of survival. It starts at 50%. We need to get that up to 80%. And that's done by just filling in as many trees that are free. And as you can see, it's called the tree gun for a reason. Just speed up the time. You just want to put in as many trees as possible. Let's change up the trees if we need to. And come over here, throw some over here. Change up the trees because reasons. And we're at 51% chance of survival. Usually I just do this until the other missions are completed, or we get the mission to do the quarry. Fill in some trees around the river. Some in here. And now let's come over to here and do some more trees. It'd be nice if we had an actual tree rush, which put down a whole lot more trees than just, one single tree at a time. But at least you can move the mouse around, have the left mouse button clicked down. And just drop down as many trees as you want. Now, I did over here as well. And a new vehicle is available, a gondola. Now, any other places? There's there. Oh, we'll throw some down over here. This is a pretty easy metal to get. You just have to put down enough trees. This will go up over time. But it's very tiring on the arm. And there we go. Let's throw some more over here. There, we're up to 52% for the chance of survival. And let's throw some over here. And more over here. And give my arm a little bit of rest. Anyway, we have 16 of 16 for grain and 14 of 16 for logs.
The Culebra Massif is blocking the way to the Pacific. A cutting needs to be made through it deep and wide enough for the biggest of all the ships. But the excavated earth will need to go somewhere. Part of it can be used in the construction of mighty dams and locks. Then we'll have to dump the rest somewhere so it's not in the way.
All right. Supply the dams with stone in a timely manner so they don't run out of material. Click on the question marks at the construction site for more information about the quantities they require. And yeah, in this task, I'm assuming it's this one, possibly this one. Alright, so over here.
All that rock we need to get rid of at the Culebra cut is great for use on the dams. But once the dams are completed, the stony material needs to go elsewhere. Use the stony material accumulated during the excavation to construct the Katoon and Madden dams.
And then this.
The excavated material that isn't used to build the dams needs to be disposed of elsewhere, preferably at a low-lying point somewhere that will be flooded later on by the canal. And ideally, don't pile everything on the same heap, so that the ships navigating the canal in the future don't just suddenly spring a leak.
All right. So, this pass here has 5,000 stone. We need to send 2,000 to the Dam West site, which is over here. Dam West. And 1,000 over here to Dam East. And then the other 2,000 needs to be sent either over here or over there. And for the fair distribution medal, ensure there is no more than twice the amount of debris in one depression than the other one. So basically 6633 or 6634 is the highest you want these percentages to go. Currently it's 50-50. And yeah, with that. So we need to get stone from over here. And the best way to do that is, of course, the brute force method. So what we are going to do is train station, freight station, and I am going to want to have at least 3 tracks, because what I want to have is a train going to the Dam East, one going to the Dam West, and another one that would be going over to this dump or this dump. Actually, if I remember correctly, there is enough distance that I can actually connect. If I build this right there, and yeah, this will be able to supply both of these, but I don't want to supply both of these quite yet. But I do just need only the one station, and I actually only need 1 track, because only 1 train per line can use a station at a time. Now, I'm going to want to have this running something like over in this direction. And let's put that there. That connects both of those, but we're going to just disconnect that for now, just so that no stone actually gets delivered there. The first time I attempted this mission, I actually hauled a lot of stone to the dump, and I actually ran out of stone to build the dams. So that's not something you want to do. Anyway, we are going to 3 platform station. And now, what I'm going to want to do is run through this area here. Unfortunately, I cannot build it there. And I want to keep this tree cover as much as possible, so there is a nice corridor right there. And so we are going to build this like that. Now, that over there. Let's bring this out just a bit. And what we just want to have this be 120 kilometers an hour. And now there is a slight downhill. That's fine. And what I'm going to want to do is have a crossover. And those are both 120. Yep. And we want to find the too much slope. Really? No, not too much slope. Where's the snap point? Right there. Construction not possible. Don't give me not possible. Don't bother. Alright, what I want to do is make sure that that is as flat as possible. Yep. And now, nope. There we go, 120. And bring this over to here. There we go. And I'm going to just go to there we go. Third track in. And now we are going to want to have this cross over. Although I will send it further on. And now there we go. And then we just want to connect this onto here. Now from here, we are going to want to curve this we want to head off in this direction. No. Why are you doing this? I do not want Alright, let's pull this back just a bit. We're going to bring this down a little bit. No. Let's pull it back just a bit. That should be fine. Now we want to cross over. In this case, I am going to go to a steel bridge. And now we want to go over to this dam site first. And we just want a one platform station. Build that there, that's fine. Alright. Go to 120. Although with that said, that's going to slow us down. Let's see if we can get 90. And then right in there. Although there's a collision, that's fine. Now we are going to definitely want to double track this, because we're going to have a lot of trains coming through here. And now, oh seriously? Really? Go there, and now what I would like to do is take a look at the contours. So I'm going to want to come this way, actually over this way. There's a small hill here. Hill here, and I'm going to want to send this off in this direction, I think. Or what I could do is I could tunnel straight through here, but no, we'll just 120 it. And no. Oh wow. Yeah, that's going to be going up a hill. Let's cut through just a bit. Oh wow. Sure, might as well. I would like to keep this as straight as possible. And now we want to curve around. There we go. And now, straight out that way. Now if we finish this off, it wants to charge us 1.68 million, and it wants to put a tunnel in there. No thank you. We don't care if there's a few bumps and rolling hills. And oh wow. Yeah, sure. We have 3.9 million. To double track this, since I'll have at least 2 trains on this track. we will get that line up and running first. And how's that? Actually, that's pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to want to have signals. We're going to put a signal here. Don't think I need to put one over here. But we'll put one there anyway. And I'm going to put one here. I'll put one here and here. There and there. And now here I'm going to want to have a train stop here. One there, there, and there. Can I? Yes, I can. I actually want one right about here. One there going back the other way. As long as you remember to put them on the right side of the tracks, you'll get the signals right. And you put them where you want the train to actually stop. If I put it here, the train will stop here, which means that if a train wants to go that way, it's yeah, screwed. It has to wait for the train to clear. Anyway, that is good for that. Now, what is the easiest way to actually I'm gonna put a line like this, and we are going to throw a depot. Let's buy our first train. And I'm going to go with an Atlantic, I think. 100 kilometers an hour versus 75 kilometers an hour. Sure. And then we are going to put down as many gondolas. In this case, it's a 7 capacity versus 12. 80 kilometers an hour versus 120. This will age out in 1907, so we have about a year and a half to use these, but I'd actually rather go with the gondolas. And we are going to...
The money is slipping through our fingers, people. We'll soon be bankrupt. But if we're prepared to grovel on our hands and knees, our financiers will grant us a bridge loan.
Sure, let's go for that. We get plenty of money, and there is no... Unlike the first mission, there is no medal to not make your benefactors happy or angry about stuff. Anyway, we are going to set up this, and this is Dam East. And we are going to change the name. Dam East. Anyway, at this point in time, what I'm going to do is take a break here. And in the next episode, we will get started hauling stone. I'm going to have to extend this track, double track it, because I'm probably going to have at least 4 trains running on this at any one time. And so I definitely need 2 tracks. Passing stations on this map is kind of useless. You really want to crank up the number of trains once the money rolls in. You'll make a ton of money, so you don't have to worry about money. It's just a matter of getting the trains on the road. And yeah. So anyway, thank you for joining me for this episode of Transport Fever. Thank you for watching. My name is Scott for SB Gaming. And as always,